Well, we're here at the World Economic Forum in Davos in Switzerland. Just heard Donald Trump's speech, and we're wondering what is India's future when it comes to this changing world economic order with so much flux in the world right now. And who better than Mr. Ashwini Vaishnaw here to talk about exactly that. Mr. Vaishnaw, welcome to ET Now. Thank you so much for your time today. At Davos, investors are asking just one question with so much India presence. Is India still the world's fastest reform economy, and are we going to be that all through 2026?
Absolutely. The reform express is already on. The kind of reforms, very deep reforms that we have done in the recent times, our Prime Minister has personally driven them. Reforms in labour code, implementing labour code, getting the GST simplified, making sure that the energy sector is reformed, making sure that nuclear energy is now open to private sector. There are every sector that you talk of, there is reform process going on. The investors are very happy with what they are seeing in India, what they are doing in India. We have had multiple discussions with them. Most of the people are doubling down their investment. For example, IKEA. IKEA said that we are going to double our investment. Qualcomm, doubling the teams. Each and every company that we have met, they are saying that this is the right time to be in India. Look at the overall structure. India is today one of the fastest growing, it is the fastest growing major economy. What's important is that the growth is very consistent. 6 to 8% growth for the next 5 years. Which other country can say with high level of confidence? We can. Moderate inflation, high growth. That is what our Prime Minister has been able to transform Indian economy into in the last decade, and that's what the world is taking notice of.
But Mr. Vaishnaw, I'm quite curious to know, what is it that you're making of this flux that world in? And we're all brimming from what Donald Trump had to say and his very hard stance on geopolitics. What is the future really holding for the world, and of course India as well?
In such turbulent environment, such huge turbulence in a geopolitical, geo-economic, geo-technical scenario, we really have to be resilient. We have to strengthen ourselves from inside, make sure that we have all the fundamental building blocks in place, make sure that we keep working on them properly and weather out this turbulence. That's what we are doing. We are building our own semiconductor ecosystem. We are building our own AI stack. We are making sure that defense production is ramping up rapidly. We are making sure that our IT firms are pivoting from the old software services model to AI solution model. All these things add up to resilience, and that's what we are up to.
But Mr. Vaishnaw, I often wonder, and pretty much all our viewers at the Times Network and ET Now as well, is deglobalization going to be, a facet of the new world?
It's a reality.
Is that a good thing, really?
Good or bad, it's a reality.
And how will India master that? We have been inclusive, we've been making India for the world, but is that world now going to be ex-US?
So, the way the world perceives India is a trusted value chain partner. A trusted supply chain partner would be basically supplying stuff, manufacturing to your designs, manufacturing to your specs. A trusted value chain partner, on the other hand, would be co-creating, would be designing with you, creating the solutions with you. That's a huge value. That's a very big value. So yesterday we had Semiconductor Roundtable. Each and every participant said, we are designing end-to-end products for the most advanced 2 nanometer chips in India. And why we are comfortable doing it in India? Because India respects IP rights. India can be trusted. India has a very vibrant and a very functioning democracy. These are the factors which are important, and this is where the investors, the technology people, they are all looking at India from that perspective. So that's why we are in a very strong position.
Beyond semiconductors, tell me, because you're in the heart of things, what is the excitement about India when it comes to businesses in India, making for the world and within India as well?
Lots and lots of things. Defense production is a very important thing now. If aeronautical production is again manufacturing, design, maintenance, all that is a very big growth area. Pharmaceuticals getting the APIs in India, that again is a major thing which is happening. Semiconductors, of course, mobile phone electronics is growing at a double digit. Getting the component ecosystem into India, we have now 46 companies which are setting up component manufacturing plants, material manufacturing plants. It's a it's deepening the value chain and broadening the supply chain. Both the things are happening simultaneously.
Sure. You know, Mr. Vaishnaw, while India is making for the world, and we've seen that with Apple coming to India, when do we get our own Apple?
That's a very important point. Now that we have a very substantial electronics ecosystem in our country, this is the time when we will be going for getting our own Indian brands in mobile phones. We have done all the homework that is required to be done. Today today and yesterday we had significant meetings with the entire ecosystem which produces the thousands of things that are required to go into a mobile phone, and it's very satisfying progress. Very soon, maybe another 1 year from now or maybe max 18 months from now, we should have our own Indian brands coming out.
And more PLIs as well to enable businesses?
We will continue to support the industry because it is very employment generating. We have now close to 25 lakh employment in the electronics manufacturing sector. Electronics has become the third largest exported item at close to $47 billion, which is like unthinkable 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Nobody could have thought that India will become an major electronics manufacturing country.
You know, you've often spoken about India becoming a global semiconductor hub, and you did talk about how the world here at Davos is perceiving us so positively. But I still want to talk about whether there are any bottlenecks you're solving on ground.
See, it's a very complex thing.
Yeah.
To understand the complexity, imagine your nail, right? On this nail, you have to put 500 crore devices.
Wow.
It's like, remember in your childhood when
rice
we used to write our name, right?
Yeah.
Imagine writing entire Ramayana, entire Mahabharata, all the Purans, everything on that rice, one single rice. It's that finer work, it's that precision manufacturing. So we must understand the challenges. We are very realistic in this. We are very cognizant of the challenges, and day after day, consistently just keeping a head down and making sure that we are able to deliver. Very soon, we will be having the commercial production starting from one of the 4 plants where the pilot production has already started. So today I met the CEO of that company, and most probably in the 3rd week of February is when we have the commercial production starting from the first plant. That's a very big achievement after 6 decades of work, and that's the focus our Prime Minister has given on such an important foundational technology. Yeah.
I want to talk to you definitely about AI and data, because that's the buzzword here at Davos. What more is India doing to try and have our own AI and go beyond data centers? Because it's a very vast supply chain and ecosystem of AI and data, as I understand.
Listen, the whole AI stack is 5 layers. Applications layer, our entire IT companies ecosystem, they are working very meticulously to shift from software services provider to AI solutions providers. Second layer is models. Models have now become commodities. Today a 50 billion parameter model can do 95% of the work that is required to be done. And we are creating a bouquet of 12 sovereign models which will be able to meet most of our needs in our Indian economy, and they'll be able to provide the solutions which go for the global economy. Third layer is the chip layer. Our entire semiconductor ecosystem is getting built up for that, getting ready for that. Fourth layer is the infrastructure, which is where data centers come in. India is investing close to $70 billion, and that number might go up to $120 billion in the coming times, where that kind of infra is now getting built in our country. The final layer, the fifth layer, is the energy layer. Very important to have clean, steady, sustained energy. So that's why we opened up Our Prime Minister gave us the guidance to open up the nuclear sector through the Shanti Act, which was passed recently. So throughout the AI stack, we are working.
Tell me, what are foreign investors, or rather, how are foreign investors perceiving India right now?
Very positively. As a trusted country, as a country which is growing consistently, people really, and today in one of the panels, almost every panelist said that it's just a matter of time that India will become the third largest economy. It's not a question of whether it will become, the question is how soon it will become. And people notice the inclusive growth that we have had. 54 crore people getting new bank accounts, 80 crore people getting food security month after month after month. So that kind of inclusive growth is being noticed by everybody.
Yourself tech savvy, Mr. Vaishnaw, I have to ask you, what AI tools are you using in your daily day?
I use my brain most of the time.
Okay, faster than any AI.
Question is, one should not lose the reasoning and thinking. That's what is really most important thing for us. One should not become. These are tools. We should use them as tools. We should not be. We should frankly not be using them as. We should not become dependent upon technology. We should use technology to our benefit.
Okay. On that happy note, thank you so much for your time. Great speaking with you. Thank you.